CBS in Indiana controls the opening tip.
Boswell starts out on Wilkerson. He'll try to stay attached and prevent him from those catch-and-shoot opportunities he loves to get.
Wilkerson had it knocked away by Boswell, and we're immediately seeing the defensive presence of the senior from Champaign.
He goes by the nickname Bam Bam, but he gets into people. He's physical, he's thick, he's smart, and he's tough. There's DeVries looking at a three.
And the offensive rebound grabbed by Sam Alexis. You saw in that replay the cast that Boswell is wearing on his right hand. Alexis with the shot clock at 4, and he flies in for the slam.
Boy, no need for Jake Davis to gamble there. He had pushed Alexis out off of the block, and the gamble allowed him a clear lane to the bucket.
Alexis was 8 for 8 on Monday against Oregon, and Illinois with a quick answer on the other end.
That's the other thing that Boswell gives you. He's another point guard on the floor with Keaton Wagler. Two outstanding playmakers and good decision makers as well.
David Mirkovic, the first bucket of the afternoon for the Illini. Illinois has dropped its last 2 games, both in overtime, at Michigan State and then Tuesday night here against Wisconsin.
And those games were both games they should have won. Darren DeVries told us last night they're going to look to establish Alexis, get him more touches to balance out the perimeter game that they're so good at.
Why not? His last 2 games, he was 24 of 25 from the floor.
Well, you get him at the rim like that, you should shoot a very high percentage.
But again, Illinois able to counter and tie it at 4. Alexis nearly lost it. Finds a cutting Dorn, who sends it back out to Alexis from the outside. That one won't go, and the rebound to Wagler. Wagler had that last bucket for the Illini, averaging 18.5 points per game. Boswell going at DeVries, gets him in the air, around him, no good, and Alexis rips down the rebound. And now Mirkovic is slow to get up behind the play. It's 5-on-4. Dorn trying to take advantage, and he's fouled. He misses consecutive free throws. They get free chicken nuggets. Not happening with Dorn at the line. Illinois 12-2 at home this year. Only 2 losses to Nebraska, and then Tuesday night against Wisconsin.
Got out-rebounded in that game. Got hurt on the offensive glass by the Badgers. So we'll keep an eye on the rebounding numbers here today. Brad Underwood told us that's a real barometer for his squad. Both backboards.
Wagler with a pretty move in the foul.
Back down the defender there and calmly put it up and down and get the 3-point play. But you watch this guy. He's never in a hurry. And nobody has been able to speed him up. And again, he makes excellent decisions, whether he's making plays for others or making plays for himself.
Yeah, I love watching practice with you yesterday, and you said that. He's never going over the speed limit. He plays at his speed. And as Brad Underwood told us, it's the same speed he played at in high school as Wilkerson hits his first shot attempt.
This guy's been on a heater of late, Lamar Wilkerson. He has been splendid. 28 points a game in his last 5. High percentage shooting for the most part. And he's gotten to the foul line and drew 35 times in those 5 games.
Wagler, no, but Boswell the tip.
Well, that's one thing Brad Underwood wants to see. He wants his team to get 40% or more of their misses.
Dorn fakes the 3, drives on Wagler with the left hand, no. And the rebound is grabbed by Tomislav Ivisic.
Good job by Indiana to get back. And Illinois not nearly as explosive a fast break team as they've been in the past. A lot more deliberate for this reason. They want to run, play through their guards, and attack that paint off the dribble or with the pass.
DeVries for three, and he nails it. Tucker DeVries from the outside. Darren DeVries told us at shoot-around last night that he thinks they need around 15 threes today to be able to pull off this upset on the road.
And that was a money three. We heard Brad Underwood talk about it in practice. He does not want his team to give up money threes, which are key. Wagler's averaged 23 points a game over his last handful. Last 5, and he's gotten to the free throw line 9 times a game, shooting at really good clips. And one of the things I love about him, you look at his shot distribution, 138 two-point field goals, 151 three-point field goal attempts, and 160 free throws. That is what we call a balanced diet. You got your fruits, your veggies, and you got your protein in there.
Pretty much the opposite of what I had for dinner last night.
That's all right. You can indulge on occasion. Just do so in moderation.
Wagler has scored the last 7 for Illinois. Wilkerson, deep three is nowhere close.
I think it was partially blocked, Andrew.
Illinois does a good job at that. 3rd in the Big Ten, averaging close to 5 blocks per game.
Well, they're the tallest team in Division I as well, averaging about 6'8", so that certainly helps them block those shots.
Wagler, and they're not going to count the foul was on Connor Enright. They call it on the floor. And good sign here for Illinois as Mirkovic is back out there. Wagler's 3 no good. Humrickhouse trying to chase it down. A battle with Dorn. And it's Indiana ball. Light your torch and be a part of history as Survivor returns for a milestone 50th season. New season premieres Wednesday, February 25th on CBS. That was the first Illinois three-point attempt. This is a team that averages 31 three-point attempts per game. As Wilkerson has 2 more.
Beautifully done. You know, his strength is his catch and shoot ability, but he's also got the ability to get in that lane with the mid-range. He's a 3-level scorer. Good luck.
Jake Davis buries it. That's his 38th 3 of the year. He only has 7 two-point field goals all season.
Yeah, he's an Allen wrench. He's got a specific purpose, Andrew. He's catching and firing that thing from 3 and making hustle plays offensively and defensively.
And a tough shot on the other end by Tucker DeVries. Look at the experience of DeVries from Drake to West Virginia, now to Indiana. Today is his 131st career start.
This Indiana team has a lot of guys that have played a lot of college basketball. Mirkovic taking full advantage of the mismatch there. Had the much smaller, lighter Enright on him and did just what he's supposed to do. Take him inside and score on it.
Dorn catch and shoot 3 is off the mark. Alexis fighting for the board, out of bounds. It'll stay with the Hoosiers.
Good work by the Illini. Here you see a little penetration, ball movement. Look at this ball movement. The penetration starts it, and then Mirkovic looks weak side. Anytime you catch that ball in the post, if you don't have your move immediately looking opposite, usually gets a quality shot for you.
DeVries' high arcing 3 is no good, and Boswell back on the floor, up ahead to Wagler.
Mismatch again.
Enright on Mirkovic. Mirkovic not able to take advantage. And you saw DeVries the rebound. His father, Darren, told us last night, look, we know that Illinois is going to be very hungry on the boards today after the comments that Underwood has made. We have to keep pace as they turn it over. And Ivisic with the jam. Zvonimir Ivisic throws it down. Wilkerson fakes the three. Into the corner it goes to Enright. And a fight underneath and a loose ball foul is called. Pet fun fact of the game. And what a duo here for Brad Underwood.
Yeah, they give rim protection. Thomas Law, both of them can make threes, pick and pop guys. Z is shooting 83% from the floor on two-point attempts. Most of them are in the paint, but still, that's a high make rate.
Mirkovic for three. It's good.
Boy, they are on all cylinders here, Andrew. They've made 6 of 10 in the paint, and they've made a couple of threes. They've not had a turnover yet, the Illini. Indiana now with DeVries on the bench with those 2 fouls. He was off to a really nice start. Where are they going to get the kind of offense they need? They'll look to Wilkerson, but some other guys are going to have to step up, maybe Dorn.
And Dorn cannot right there, trying to end a 7-0 run, but it continues for the Illini. Illinois 8 of 13 to start this game. Hummerkaus from the outside. And the long rebound to Wagler. Wagler, a deep three. And the rebound is grabbed by Reed Bailey, who's on the floor, the Harvard, Massachusetts native.
Nice job to get back. Indiana wants to really thrust when they come up with a defensive rebound. And Illinois so far doing a good job getting back in transition.
Josiah Miles, baseline, lost it, out of bounds, and it's there soon, just not quite ready today.
Exactly. Those high ankle sprains can take a little while. No need to rush. He's an excellent defender, and he puts a lot of pressure on the rim offensively.
Boswell hits, and it's 10 in a row for Illinois.
Well, this is a danger zone here. I mean, with DeVries on the bench with those 2 fouls, I think Darren DeVries is maybe trying to get to the next media timeout. They've got to find a good shot here and knock it down to stem this tide.
A scoreless drought approaching 4 minutes, and it continues after the block by Ivasic, out of bounds to Indiana.
Thomas Law, I think he pushed just a little bit to get to that offensive rebound. Brad Underwood was jabbing him a little bit in practice about squeezing some offensive rebounds, and he's had a couple already here today.
Wilkerson with 8 points thus far in the paint, and that one won't go. The rebound cleared by Mirkovic. Mirkovic left alone. And the last 4 Illinois field goals have been from deep.
Wow. That's just good action. He got the rebound, dribbled it up, gave it up, and then got it back. That's his versatility on display right there.
Enright trying to get around Boswell. Now Bailey dribbles in. Bailey off glass, gets the roll. Seven-point game with 6:20 to go. Now Davis baseline, locates Ivasic for 3. Halfway down and out. Illinois 5 of 11 from beyond the arc here in the first half. Good defense here by the Illini with the shot clock down to 5. DeVries spinning, sends it out to Enright, deep 3. Good cut. Mirkovic locating Ivasic. You're seeing the efficiency of this Illini offense on full display.
Big time. Balanced shot attempts. They're knocking them down from three. They're moving the ball and moving themselves. Excellent take that time by Lamar Wilkerson. Indiana's got continuity movement that they like to exercise to get those opportunities to drive to the bucket, and they try to balance that out with the three-point shooting. But Illinois has been really good defensively and excellent offensively so far.
A scramble, and Boswell tracks it down. 7 assists, no turnovers for Illinois here in the first half. Boswell, step back. And it ends up in the arms of Jake Davis.
And they've been beating up that offensive glass. They really worked on it yesterday in practice. And that work is paying dividends here today.
6 offensive rebounds so far. Boswell from the outside. Another offensive rebound.
Well, Darren DeVries said if we can get the pumpkin, we'll have a chance to get out and run. So far, they've not been able to rebound nearly well enough in this first half.
DeVries nearly committed his third. Davis on the attack. Offensive foul. Wow. And they wave off the bucket.
Wow.
Mirkovic, a part of this European contingent that has been a huge part of the success of the Illini this year. He has 13 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists.
Stuff in that stat sheet. And Illinois showed a little full-court pressure as a change of look against the Hoosiers and ate up some of that shot clock in the process.
DeVries, yes.
Well, that's well done. You get that ball to the middle against any kind of zone. You want to turn and face and then be ready to shoot if the defenders aren't there. Nicely done by Tucker DeVries.
Last possession before the timeout. 1 minute and 15 seconds for the Illini. Let's see what they do here. Wagler trying to get all the way to the hoop. He does and lays it in. 9 points for the freshman.
Boy, he deliberates carefully, but acts decisively with all of his movement, particularly at the offensive end.
Wilkerson with a tough 2, and he's got a dozen.
3-level scorer. He hasn't shaken free from 3 so far this half. So he's going into his mid-range bag.
Wagler again able to penetrate and get to the basket.
That's just too easy. I mean, that's a straight line escort to a player of his caliber, strong hand. That just can't happen defensively.
Oh, great cut. Wilkerson off the feed from Alexis.
That's beautiful basketball. I mean, both of these teams playing really efficiently. A couple of defensive breakdowns the last couple of trips, but the turnover game and points in the paint, really the difference so far for Illinois and the offensive rebound.
We've only seen 3 turnovers here in the first half combined by both teams. Davis from the outside. And they're going to get over the back on Mirkovic.
We talked about these guys at the top of the broadcast. Keaton Wagler just going right to the rim against Connor Enright. And then Lamar Wilkerson. He's showing you the mid-range, the 3, and that time just a smart, tight back cut for an easy one at the rim. But the spacing and the movement of Indiana creates that opportunity.
Wilkerson off balance 3. He rushed that shot. And it's Illinois ball. Coming up AT&T at the half. Adam Zucker, Wally Zerbiak, and Bruce Pearl. We'll break down our first half and dive into a little bracketology. That's all coming up on AT&T at the half.
Bruce hanging out in the New York studio. Take care of him, Wally and Zook.
You know they will.
I know they will.
He's in good hands. Wilkerson with the hands to knock it out. You know, we were talking at lunch yesterday, Clark, about the quality of play in college basketball these days. A little bit of an older crowd now than it used to be. We're seeing a really efficient, high-level game right now.
No question about it. Really good point. And that's been across the country all season long. The quality of play. So many really good teams out there, which should make for quite a tournament.
Ivasic from the outside, and Mirkovic again. How about it?
Hey, you can go over the back as long as you aren't on the back. I used to do it a lot way back in my playing days. That was well done by Mirkovic. And then the presence of mind to go right into the follow-up as he tipped it back to himself.
Alexis with the soft touch. He was hoping there was some interference around the basket, not going to get that call.
Illinois content just to get a quality shot here. Didn't want to rush the 2-for-1 chance.
A 10-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Wagler again not able to finish this time. And behind the play, it's now 5-on-4.
Yeah, they want to take the last one, though. Or they should take the last one.
They don't, and Miles misses. Tipped around Alexis to Humrichhaus.
Boy, that's not good, smart clock management there. Indiana should have been getting the last shot.
Humrichhaus misses the three, and that is how the first half comes to an end. On Tuesday, and Underwood said it was good just to self-scout a little bit and try to find that edge that we haven't had down the stretch of the last two games. Let's see if they find it here.
First turnover.
See the efficiency on display in the first half.
Actually, Illinois had one, so the second turnover for the Illini.
Wilkerson's three not there, and it goes out of bounds to Illinois. Well, we highlighted the two-star guards at the top of our broadcast. Here's a look at what Wilkerson and Wagler have done so far.
They have not disappointed. Wagler yet to make a three, but Wilkerson highly efficient and really kept Indiana in it. A little zone defense here on display by the Hoosiers. DeVries has the two fouls, perhaps trying to disrupt some rhythm here.
Wagler deep three. Into the corner it goes, and Dorn has it.
So zone defense gives them a good possession there for Indiana.
Dorn, a quiet first half. He was 0 for 3. Penetrating here, but sends it back out.
Alexis scored early, a couple of buckets, and then went quiet the rest of the half.
Just the 4 points. Good defense by Illinois. Knocked out. It'll stay with the Hoosiers. March 1st, a new era of Yellowstone begins. Luke Grimes stars in the CBS original Marshalls. Series premieres Sunday, March 1st on CBS. Shot clock at 2.9 for Indiana.
That's enough time to catch it and even get a dribble. But you got to be urgent about it.
DeVries, tough shot off the side of the backboard, and a shot clock violation.
Illinois basketball.
Sellout crowd here at the State Farm Center. The students started lining up around 6 o'clock in the morning. The Orange Crush in full effect.
Yep, they always are here. They love their Illini, and they've got a really good team to cheer on.
Ivasic slips and scores.
Ivasic.
I'll tell you what, Andrew, Illinois has done a pretty nice job in the half court defensively, making Indiana feel them a little bit.
Turnover by DeVries.
Good action here. Just a little screen, ball movement, and then right there's the screen. And then just a slip, really never was a screen. Actually, it was just a ghost screen and a slip and an easy one at the rim for Ivasic.
Here is Thomas off the front of the rim, but he gets an offensive rebound, lays it up and in for the 8th-ranked Illini. And for Indiana, only 2 turnovers the entire first half. They've turned it over on back-to-back possessions here in the second half.
Well, this is where you want to try to find Wilkerson or DeVries, but look at this pressure by Illinois.
Mirkovic knocked it out. Last touch by Dorn. Is that it maybe slows down Illinois' momentum a little bit?
And I think that's part of the reason why he exercised the challenge, because things were starting to get away a bit, and he wanted to see if he could stem the tide. Boy, tough look that time, and really good defense by Enright as he made Wagler take a hard shot.
3 straight turnovers for Indiana after they had 2 the entire first half. Wilkerson underneath, Boswell on him, and a foul is called. Wilkerson yesterday at practice.
Yeah, he's recovering from injury, and it was fun to see him out there jacking up threes and putting pressure on his former team to defend number 3 in red.
Not exactly the team manager playing Lamar Wilkerson when Terrence Shannon is out there. Here is Wilkerson, and counted in 1 for Lamar Wilkerson.
The spurtability.
He gave you credit.
Yes, he did. The spurtability that Lamar Wilkerson has. He said, this guy has spurtability. We don't want to let him get started.
And when he said that, he looked at you to make sure you were paying close attention.
I'm always paying attention when I'm at a practice.
I know you are. Wagler for 2.
Oh, he's got to look here if he takes. Oh, I thought Tucker DeVries. Well, he made it. Oh, he almost made it. I thought he had to look at a 3 behind the defender there and elected to get inside.
Could not finish. Dorn on Mirkovic.
No double. Good find.
What a pass. Davis can't pay it off. And another offensive rebound.
Boy, that size of Illinois really showing itself there on that weak side floor. Bailey was in good position, but just didn't root out Thomas Law far enough. He was too close to the goal and had an easy putback.
9 offensive rebounds for the Illini. DeVries from the outside.
Boy, that's one you've got to knock down. Quality look.
There's Wagler with 10. Fighting through traffic on Dorn, and a rebound by Reed Bailey.
Just a bit of a force that time. I thought he had Tomislav open for the 3.
Dorn from the outside. Still can't get it going. Dorn is 0 for 4 today. Boswell, hesitation. Now in the paint, left-hand finish, yes.
Bam, bam. Using that body of his to get possessions, just haven't knocked him down. I think Tucker DeVries has to come up and start scoring a little bit. He's shot it well the last 2 games.
Wilkerson for 3. No good, and an offensive rebound and a foul. As Miles went up to get the ball. But Clark, to your point, this half, Wilkerson has 5 points. The rest of his teammates a combined 0 for 4.
Yeah, Miles is on the floor. He can provide some spot points occasionally.
Foul was on Zvonimir Ivasic.
I tell you, the Illinois defense, Andrew, has really been solid in the half court. Other than Wilkerson being able to shake free, Illinois has done a nice job defensively.
DeVries locates a wide-open Wilkerson who misses. And then a push on the baseline, a foul against Josiah Miles. Yeah, that was a great look for Wilkerson.
It sure was. Excellent job by Tucker DeVries. All the defenders were locked in on him, and he got Wilkerson a wide-open look. That's a few of those he and DeVries have missed in the last few possessions.
Indiana is 0-5 from deep this half.
So can Indiana be disruptive defensively? That's the other part of the equation, to get themselves back in it.
Nice move. Shakes free for a three, and the foul! Cannot complete the 4-point play. Wagler with 16 today.
This is where you might, if you're Indiana, try to get something to Alexis inside. Nice job by Hummerkaus to push him off the block. Good look.
Miles wide open. And Indiana still can't buy a three this half.
That's quality offense, though, Andrew. I mean, you get it in the post, you compress the defense, and you get a wide open three-point shot.
Oh, how about the kiss from Mirkovic? 17 points, 6 rebounds for the freshman from Montenegro.
Yeah, he's been outstanding today.
DeVries sends it back out. Shot clock at 5. Wilkerson working on Hummerkaus. Turnaround jumper is good for Lamar Wilkerson.
Boy, that was superb defense by Illinois and just a terrific individual shot make by Wilkerson. But that's not going to be enough to get Indiana back in this game. Some other guys have to join the party for Indiana.
Hummerkaus for 3. Comes up short. Wagler trying to save it. Diving into his own bench. And it's still in play. Hummerkaus has it. How about the hustle from Wagler?
Terrific. Hummerkaus is
leader.
Keep it going.
Going back to the first half, Wilkerson has scored Indiana's last 11 points. It's been 12 minutes since someone other than Wilkerson scored for the Hoosiers.
And the 5 misses, 0 for 5 with the rest of the team. 4 of those have been really good looks. But I think the size of Illinois over time, there's a deflection right there coming into play. They've been physical at the point of attack, have the Illini. So the drives have all been challenged. And then the active hands have created some problems for Indiana as well. They just haven't been able to get the consistent continuity and movement and crispness that they'd like to play with offensively.
Wagler, extra pass. Ivasic, corner 3 is short. And the rebound to Alexis. Up ahead to DeVries. Boswell, good job to get back. Transition defense was one of Brad Underwood's big keys at practice yesterday. And you saw it right there. Dorn still can't find the bottom of the basket.
And that's a good look for a really good three-point shooter.
Indiana has now missed its last 9 three-point attempts.
And when you don't really disrupt teams with your defense, offense is your best defense. And Indiana really struggling shooting. And as a result, good play that time by Alexis. Puts a lot of pressure on them when they're trailing like this.
Wilkerson turns it over. Boswell was in the right spot, trying to go coast to coast, and he does.
Well, he's just so solid. Not using that right hand a lot on shot attempts. But boy, did a nice job keeping his body between the ball and defender there.
His first game in nearly a month. January 17th, the last time he was out there for Illinois.
Boy, the rotations have been solid. Active hands by Illinois. Well, they have been really good at both ends of the floor today. Forcing a tough drive here and just off balance, and an errant pass by Wilkerson and Boswell. You see that little brush off? He got that little nudge to keep that defender from getting to the ball.
Indiana has only scored 7 points this half. Now 9. Alexis the chance.
Good pocket pass that time by Enright. But Illinois content to walk it up.
seen what Boswell and Wagler can do when they're out there together today. A healthy Boswell now. They can throw a lot of different things at you.
No question about it. It expands the playbook for Brad Underwood and his staff in regards to what they can do offensively.
Ivasic misses the three, and the rebound again to Alexis.
You know, you got two ball handlers out there. Boswell, extremely experienced.
Suffocating defense by the Illini.
Yeah, they've been really good. Everything they talked about yesterday in practice, they pretty much executed. The offensive rebounding, the physical defense, getting the ball in the paint.
DeVries from the corner, and it's good. Finally, Indiana able to hit from the outside. First points of the half for Tucker DeVries, and the lead is down to 13.
Well, when you can make threes the way Indiana can, they make about 10 a game. You can get yourself back in it, but at this end of the floor, they've got to be tough, and especially on the glass. So another 30 seconds, 20 seconds to work with for Illinois here.
The 10th offensive rebound for the Illini. Mirkovic inside. Pretty touch off the glass. Remember, Illinois doing all of this without Andrei Stojakovic on the bench with the high ankle sprain. DeVries for three. Not close.
They get him back healthy, and they get fully healthy. This is a team that could show up in Indianapolis. I mean, they've got the depth, they've got the skill. The size, obviously, is a problem at both ends. They're one of the best rebounding teams in the country. And they've got two guards that can give it to you a lot of different ways. And this guy is outstanding, Mirkovic.
I told you they had lost their last two, but prior to that, Illinois won 12 in a row, their longest win streak in 13 seasons. Very capable of getting hot in March. As a foul is called on Wagler with 6.
Maybe even a 2 seed when it's all said and done by the time we get to Selection Sunday, depending on how the rest of the season goes. But they don't have many weaknesses.
7th in the net rankings today. A key tool for seeding in the NCAA tournament. Alexis with the flush and the jam.
And DeVries led him right to the rim.
And Alexis completes the three-point play. He's got 9 points and 7 boards. And let's see if the Hoosiers have one late run in them as we approach 6.5 to go.
If it's going to happen, they've got to be able to defend and rebound at this end. The offensive rebounds have hurt all game long. They're in the zone defense, which makes it tough to rebound out of. And that guy has just been awesome today. So efficient. His game is low to the ground, but he packs a lot of power and production into his minutes.
Third time this season, Mirkovic has scored at least 20 in a game. He's got 21 this afternoon. Alexis answers. Indiana trying to heat up. They've hit 4 of their last 5, but time is not on their side. And as Clark said, they've got to get a defensive stop. Ivasic. Mirkovic inside. Wagler has the offensive board.
Mirkovic kept it alive.
Alexis with a hard foul. He had 27. Alexis turns it over.
Alexis just predetermined what he was going to do there, and the defense was sitting right in the passing lane.
7th steal for Illinois to 1 for Indiana. And Mirkovic trying to go to work again. And a foul. His field is 9. They could get 10 or even maybe 11 in this year, depending upon how things shake out.
That's right.
Mirkovic not this time. Sounds like a broken record. Another offensive rebound for the Illini.
Yeah, that's been the story of the day. The physicality of Illinois. And Brad Underwood and his staff harped on it in the practice they had yesterday. They wanted to make Indiana feel them. They wanted to get to that offensive glass, and they wanted to win the game in the paint. Tough
This
shot.
guy.
Oh, man.
Come on.
I see you, young fella. That's impressive work. He's trying to get another career high posted.
And Wilkerson on the drive is fouled by Humrickhouse. But how about the tough shot from Mirkovic?
Little Euro action by Mirkovic. Smaller defender on him. Enright did a nice job. Good challenge, but just too small to really bother Mirkovic there. Well, I love his hands. I mean, he's got tremendous hands. Great touch and feel. Some of those rebounds he's been able to corral. Really impressive performance for David today.
He has scored the last 6 points for the Illini. Five on the shot clock. Alexis. And the rebound to Wagler. Illinois now out-rebounding Indiana by 10 today. Humrickhouse. Offensive rebound and put back by Ivisic.
Well, I know Brad Underwood's going to be congratulating Tomislav for his work on the offensive glass. Big fella has showed up in a big way on the board.
Second chance points, 17-5 in favor of Illinois. Thorne in the corner for three. And before the shot, stepped out of bounds. No turnovers by the Illini. In the last 16 and a half minutes, they've only committed 2 turnovers the entire game. Their season low is 4.
Yeah, they've been machine-like here today. Extremely methodical, on point. Mirkovic has been tremendous. Rebounding. Everything that Illinois set out to do today has been done for the most part. Didn't shoot it great from 3, but hovering around that 40% of misses being retrieved, and then kept Indiana off the offensive glass. I mean, Indiana hasn't gotten hardly any second chance opportunities, and not much in transition either, Andrew.
This half, Indiana 11 missed shots and only 1 offensive rebound.
There you go. That's not the strength of this team. It's movement, spacing, transition scores, and knocking down shots, and all of that has been kept at bay by Illinois.
Illinois has not lost 3 consecutive conference games in 3 years, and it will stay that way after they came in on a 2-game losing streak. Ivisic, the icing on the cake.
He's been looking for that one all game long, and he looked up and said, finally.
He had missed his first 5 3-point attempts before draining that one. 12 of his 14 have come here in the second half.
Yeah, he's done a nice job. I think last I looked, he had 4 offensive rebounds, too.
Illinois will get set to head out west. They have their Los Angeles road trip on the horizon Wednesday at USC, and then Saturday they'll take on UCLA. And don't forget, February 27th, Illinois will host Michigan.
1 minute remaining.
There's Mirkovic keeping another offensive rebound alive.
Second half struggles the last 2 games for the Illini, but not today, as Darren DeVries will call his final timeout after his son Tucker hit the 3. Well, with $1 million on the line, 16 elite chefs go head-to-head in the ultimate battle for greatness. Padma Lakshmi hosts America's Culinary Cup. Series premieres CBS March 4th.
Andrew, you mentioned the reset earlier for Illinois with the 2 days off. It really allowed them, as Brad talked about with us yesterday, that reset and reassess, self-assessment. Well, they got back to what they want to be and have been most of the season. A physical team and an outstanding offensive rebounding team.
Wagler, it goes! What a shot by Wagler! He can't believe it. He's all smiles as Illinois goes up by 20. Incredible circus shot as Bailey misses. Boswell comes away with it, and Illinois picks up its 21st win of the season.